Hello and welcome. So, you clicked on this because you wanted to see some ugly intuitive art. Well, you've come to the right place because I recorded this sketchbook process today and I wanted to put it on the channel just to show people that not every sketchbook page turns out fabulous and not every sketchbook page I want to turn into a piece of artwork to hang on my walls. This one actually didn't turn out as I expected. I went a little crazy, and this I want to explain is intuition art, or I should say intuitive art actually. And so with intuitive art, if you've ever done it before, you know that basically you're just going with the flow. You have no pre-thoughts of how it's going to turn out. You don't have anything in mind at all. You're just putting your in this example, you're just putting your paint and your paintbrush to paper, and you're just seeing where your intuitiveness goes. So I'm liking how it's starting, and this is one of my sketchbook pages where I've pre-doodled some markers on here first. And at this stage I'm really still digging it. I'm liking the color choices that I'm going for. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to put this up on my channel just to show other people out there that, you know, if you're sometimes making what we call ugly art, it's okay. You know, you're not the only one. And I'm for sure definitely not one of those people who, you know, every single page in my abstract sketchbook is, you know, wall worthy. Definitely not. So intuitive play can often get a little crazy and you can go overboard, and I think this is what happened to me in this page. I was just really getting into it and enjoying the process, and I wanted this to be completely in watercolor, as I've done just a couple of watercolor abstracts lately and I really like how they turned out. But for some reason, they were done on watercolor paper, which I've actually gone and framed now because they did turn out really nice. But for some reason, as soon as I got into this sketchbook, I went too crazy. I think in a sketchbook, you really feel a lot looser and you're less intimidated to, you know, you don't have that pressure on you that it has to turn out fantastic, and you're a little bit more crazier, I think. So yeah, at this stage, you know, still liking it, but I've got a long way to go, and I know that I wanted my entire pages, my 2-page spread, to be completely full of random doodles and shapes and watercolor blotches and all that yumminess. I think a lot of people on Instagram and Pinterest and YouTube don't really show you the pages that they don't like a lot of the time. And they probably definitely don't make videos like this of a piece of artwork that hasn't turned out. And I think that puts a lot of pressure on people who are just starting out with abstract work especially. It puts a lot of pressure on them that what they have to produce at the start needs to be perfect. And I know it really affects me when I go onto Instagram or Pinterest too much, and I just see all these abstracts that just seem to be perfect, work perfectly, and they seem so natural and like they've been so easy to do. And then I will do something like this page and get totally, discouraged sometimes. And I'm thinking that there's probably other people out there like me who maybe need to see this video, that, you're not the only one. But I think that that's what sketchbooks is all about, right? Is being able to play and be free and not to worry, is anyone going to see this? Are my family going to see this? Are my friends going to see this piece of work? It's atrocious. I don't want anyone to see it. Yeah, that's why I highly believe in sketchbooks. You can still get out there, practice, 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 and no one has to ever see it. But I think, yeah, like the whole reason for me doing this video is so that you can see it, that, and maybe even look at this video and maybe you can tell when it started to go wrong. It's always good, when I do look back on videos that I make, I can see with a different sort of eye, like I become more impersonal to it, and I become more of like a indifferent YouTube viewer, and I can see where, oh, why did I do that? Why did I go there? And I think it's with this blue here actually that it all started to go wrong for me. I was feeling that I thought doodling the whole page was going to be too much. So I wanted to add some section in here that was just kind of mainly blue, but I think it was a little too kind of scribbly. I wanted to be loose. But I think I got too loose with this blue part, and I think this is the point where I went wrong. But, I've got to laugh about it, which I am. And also I want to show you, if you stick around for this whole video, or you can fast forward if you're not enjoying the mess that I'm making. But, yeah, near the end, I show you how I try to bring it back a little bit, and then I would say by the time I'm finished with this piece, I am happier with it. Again, it's not something that I would put on display, but I do have a tip, like how to sort of bring something back if you've overdoodled it, or you've just worked it too much. So stay watching if you want to see how I try to fix this up a bit. But yeah, still a long way to go. I still have a lot of mark making I'm doing here, and having an awful lot of fun. I'm using Windsor Smith. Windsor Smith. That's a boot. Winsor Newton, I should say, Cotman's colours here. And it's on my wish list to get some better watercolours. I'm after some more artist quality watercolours. This is just the Student Cotman's brand, which I've had for years and years. Great in little investment, especially just starting out. But as I do more framed pieces that I perhaps want to sell in the future, I would like some more artist grade watercolor paints. So here I'm feeling like I don't want too many squiggles going on, so I'm trying to fill this whole section in with this greenish yellow color. And you can see this whole thing is a little crazy. And like I'll just remind you again, intuitive painting or abstract painting is not always about, what is it? Like it doesn't have to be anything, and this definitely isn't anything. It's just something that came out of my brain and my hand. And having a hell of a lot of fun doing it. So at this stage, I am really aware that it's gone totally wrong. And I'm the first to admit I love colour, I love craziness, I love fun paintings, things that make you smile, remind you of your childhood. But I'm the first to admit that this went crazy. So here, this is where I've come to try to bring this back a little bit and just pull it in a little bit. So here's your little tip I've got for fixing up maybe, or some abstract painting you've done. So there's some pieces in here that I just want to pull in a bit. So I have got my gouache paint out. I have my gouache in these little pots, and I'm painting over some of the pieces that I just think are just way too much. So I've added this beautiful green in here, and I'm going to add it a few places throughout the page spread to pull it all in together, and just try to I think it's just all too much all at once to view. Like it's too much for your eyeballs. It's like an explosion going on. So I'm trying to give the eyes places to rest. So that's a tip for you if you think you've got too much going on in your painting. Calm some sections down, and it will actually get people to view the focal points where you want them to look more easily. So now I'm adding some more red, because I've taken a step back from a sketchbook at this stage, and I've been looking at the parts that aren't really grabbing me. Maybe they're a little messy or is just a bit too much. So I'm going to add some more red into this, and this is basically what I just keep on doing for the next 3 or 4 minutes, just adding some resting places for the eyes, and just seeing where it goes. So I guess this is where the painting's not so intuitive anymore, because I am considering, a little bit of composition, and yeah, I'm making a choice to where I'm filling these block colors in. So I encourage you to, I know it's hard, guys, but sometimes if you make YouTube videos, show your ugly work. If you want to encourage viewers to watch your channel and just be more authentic, yeah, just make some videos where maybe your work is not 100%. And this is what my channel is all about. It's not just about me on my creative journey and seeing where it takes me. It's also about me being real to the YouTube art viewers out there, and being as real as I can, and showing them that, art isn't easy. You need to practice all the time. I'm definitely not, I wouldn't call myself, I've learned to call myself an artist just over the last year or so. but I don't have anything in galleries, or I don't even have anything for sale. I have things that I have painted for friends and painted for my own house. And I do want to get into the prints side of things where I sell my prints. And that's probably about as far as I want to go in my art. I've never really had big intentions to be this artist that, gets into a museum or, a gallery or anything like that. But yeah, if I could sell some prints would be absolutely fabulous in the future. I don't think this will be one of them. But it's all practice and it's all learning, guys. And from this, I have learnt that, not to go overboard with my squiggly lines. And this is it finished. I've called it finished, and this is it before. So which one did you like better?